Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed the determination of his administration to leave a legacy of inclusive growth through financial inclusion when his tenure ends on May 29. President Buhari added that at the onset of his administration, Nigeria developed a blueprint for economic growth and development called the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan. According to him, the plan is focused on economic recovery in the short term and sustained growth and development in the long term. This was as the Central Bank of Nigeria set a new target to achieve 95% financial inclusion by 2024 to ensure that every Nigerian has access to financial services. The president urged the stakeholders to address pressing national issues affecting the vulnerable and most excluded segments of the society and come up with innovative ideas on accelerating financial inclusion. The administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola has committed substantial efforts towards revitalization of healthcare services in ensuring strong and healthy population. Governor Adegboyega Oyetola said this in Osbc, the state capital, while commissioning 30 units, house officer quarters, and 120 hospital beds at State Hospital at Shubiaru. Governor's office correspondent Sonia Onoride brings details.
Of the citizenry is pivotal for the administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola has been demonstrated with quality health delivery across the state. Speaking at Ashubiaro, Osogbo, the state capital, Governor Adegboyega Oyetola said that the commissioning of the ultra-modern 30 units house officers' quarters and 120-bed hospital has further underscored his commitment towards revitalization of the health sector as well as improving on health care delivery in the state of Osun. Governor Oyetola, who said that the completion of the project was delayed due to COVID-19 pandemic, submitted that the 120-bed hospital kitted with ultra-modern medical equipments and 30 units house officers' quarters is specifically geared towards boosting health care service as well as ensuring healthy population across the state.
I thank the healthcare workers in the state for supporting my vision to improve healthcare services in Osun. I salute the courage and diligence and appreciate them for justify our decision to honor and approve their comments and current salary structure. It is my belief that this will continue to maintain their professional ethics and standard of care. The health sector is the lifeline of our development agenda, which you exchanged for your mandate 4 years ago. We have been grateful to building the health of our people, our most precious resource, to enable us to build a strong and healthy population.
Highlight of the occasion was the official commissioning of the 30 units house officers' quarters and the state-of-the-art 120-bed hospital, as well as facility tour of the building by Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, as well as the Deputy Governor, Mr. Benedict Alabi, and other stakeholders. From the Governor's office, Sonia Onoride reporting.
As the mantle of leadership in Osun State shifts to the People's Democratic Party tomorrow with the swearing-in ceremony of the Governor-elect Senator Ademola Adeleke, the party has promised to run all-inclusive and workers-friendly government. The chairman, Inauguration Committee, Reverend Bumi Jenyo, who disclosed this while featuring on Osbc television current affairs program Saturday Morning Trade, said that the 5 cardinal agenda of the party remain the platform for operation. According to him, workers' welfare through prompt payment of salaries and gratuities, creation of standardized soft loans, modern infrastructural facilities, standard education, health and security, as well as agro-based industrial scheme are parts of the mechanism to bring back new dawn to Osun State. He speaks further.
Boosting the state economy by business partnering and support of SMS. SMEs, the small medium enterprise. This is something that, if you look at America, for example, you can see there is a problem of infrastructure. If you go through the roads, go through so many amenities that is supposed to be in the state, is lacking, and that is priority. We provide infrastructure to create an environment through small base education, affordable health care, and state security and social services, social security as well. You know, there is why to reduce crime, the social security must be taken into perspective.
The Independent National Electoral Commission says political parties and candidates for the 2023 elections can only accept a maximum of 50 million naira in donations from individuals, groups, or entities as support for their election bid. This is contained in the guidelines for the conduct of political rallies, processions, and campaigns, as well as finances and election expenses of political parties, candidates, and aspirants for the 2023 general election. The commissioner, however, said a political party or a candidate shall not accept any monetary or other contribution which is in excess of 50 million naira, except if it identifies and discloses the source of the contribution to the commission. According to the document, election expenses of a political party mean all expenses in cash or otherwise incurred by a political party or candidates, as well as party primary expenses or of aspirants from the date notice of election is published to the day of election only. The publication said further that the miscellaneous election expenses of the political party shall include but not be limited to re-election cases against the party, post-election or election petitions, and remobilization of party members after elections. And moving on to sports, head coach of the Under-20 boys national team, Issa Ladan Boso, has called up 40 players to begin camping in the Federal Capital Territory from Monday in preparation for next year's Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations finals in Egypt. The list is made up of 5 goalkeepers, 9 defenders, 13 midfielders, and 13 forwards. The 7-time African champions triumph at the WAFU B Under-20 Championship held in Niger Republic in the month of May, and thus qualified to represent the zone at the 2023 African Under-20 Cup of Nations to be staged next year in Egypt. All 4 semi-finalists at the Under-20 AFCON will fly Africa's flag at next year's FIFA Under-20 World Cup Finals holding in Indonesia. And moving on to the foreign scene, at least 3 people, including an adolescent girl, were killed and 11 others wounded We sincerely apologize for that. The head of Haiti National Police Academy has been shot dead in a gang-plagued part of the capital, Port-au-Prince. The attack took place in a neighborhood controlled by gang leader Vladimir Innocent, who is wanted in the U.S. over his participation in the kidnapping of 16 American missionaries last year. The attackers also stole Brigade's vehicle and kidnapped his driver. Reports said that the attack is the latest in a series of deadly attacks in the violence-torn Caribbean nation. Haiti has been facing spiraling insecurity over the years, coupled with economic and health crisis, and with the country battling an outbreak of cholera. U.S. authorities have offered up to $1 million for information leading to the capture of Vladimir Innocent. Meanwhile, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has asked the Security Council to consider sending an international armed forces to Haiti, but no decision has yet been taken. Still on the foreign scene, at least 3 people, including an adolescent girl, were killed and 11 others wounded when a 16-year-old shooter wearing Nazi symbols opened fire on 2 schools in southeastern Brazil. Authorities in the city of Aracruz in Espírito Santo State said the shooter fired on a group of teachers at his former school, killing 2 people and leaving 9 others wounded. Officials explained that the shooter left the public primary school and secondary school and went to a nearby private school, where he killed an adolescent girl and wounded 2 other people. Governor Renato Casarogrande said investigators were looking into whether the shooter has links to any extremist organizations after his arrest. He added that some of the survivors' lives remained at risk from their wounds, also declared 3 days of mourning in the state. Meanwhile, Brazilian President-elect Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva called the latest shooting an absurd tragedy. And that ends the Midday News on Osbc TV. It was edited by Michael Adeniyi. Good afternoon, and do join us at 5 for the evening news.